All right, welcome in. Part of Mustang Network. We definitely love taking some time and spend some time with some student athletes. And today we're joined by a special guest, our QB1 signal caller, senior quarterback Avery Morgan. Welcome in. We're
Thanks
glad you're here. Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's just blowing my mind, Avery, thinking that this is game 10 and how fast it goes by. But for you, having played football most of your life, you get to this moment, your senior year, and it goes by fast. What would you just say about that? I mean, what's your reaction to, hey, this is week 10 or game 10, and it's your last regular season football game?
Yeah, I kind of think looking back, you always, okay, we'll prepare for the next season. You know, after there's always that follow-up, and then it's finally to the point where there's going to be no follow-up. You know, and especially with the end of the regular season game, now we're fighting to survive right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you've got 2 games promised, basically. We've got
That's
this
right.
week, and then we've got that first round of playoffs against Tyler, and it's Tyler Grace, and it's crazy thinking about that. How long have you been playing football? Like, obviously, I know a little bit about your family. I'm assuming probably you came out of the womb with a football in your hand, but tell me about it.
Yeah, my dad was telling me that when I was born, he was in the hospital with my mom, and then right after he went back to practice.
Wow.
You know, and I don't know how proud of that he is, but yeah, since I can remember, I was playing flag football, and then in second grade I started playing tackle football, and then my dad's been the coach for me all those years, and then yeah, so it's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know you've contributed over the years a lot of ways to Mustang football, and you've played a few different roles. You've settled in this year to that quarterback role. What's that been like for you? You might not be the prototypical quarterback. You could play a lot of different positions, but you've had a really good year. Your leadership has shined. I felt like you've progressed, each and every week. Tell me about it. Like when you got the nod as a quarterback, what was that like for you?
It was everything I hoped and dreamed of ever since I was little. I mean, being the starting quarterback for varsity. I've had great role models coming up. I've had super athletic guys in front of me. I think I saw something Coach Stonedale posted this past summer is the past 11 quarterbacks who went and played college football.
Wow.
And it was just crazy to me, So Newsome, he's a great guy. He's super athletic, could run, could throw. And then, I mean, Blake he had burners, dude. Nobody could catch him.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've had great role models. Playing under my dad has been everything I've hoped and dreamed of since I was little.
Yeah.
Just that connection we have, Blake on. It's funny how, there's been several plays where it's like we score and it's like, oh, I was thinking the same thing you were.
Yeah.
And so it's awesome, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Obviously, it's a little bit unique playing for your dad. Growing up, I coached my son a little bit. I didn't coach him in high school, but there's always that kind of special relationship you have with your son or with your dad. In your case, there's a lot of awesome memories and a lot of good things, but every once in a while there might be a little bit of a disagreement or something. But in general, what would you say it's been like playing? Obviously, your dad, Garrett, is the offensive coordinator, calls the plays, coaches your position as well, right? And so, man, you can't get away from that guy. You got to go home with him.
That's right.
Tell me about it. What has it been like?
It's amazing. Like, I don't know how else to put it besides the fact that I love each and every minute. I love getting to spend time with my dad. I think it's definitely helped us grow closer over the years. And I just think that there's so many stories. I mean, I just think back to that Cornerstone game. Right before we were going into half, we were down, and we needed to touch it. We had like a minute left, and we called a timeout. We went over to the sideline, and I was like, we got to hit this. We got to hit this shots. Safety's playing a little bit left. And he drew up the play, and we went out there and executed. And I just remember pointing at my dad on the sideline. It was just such a surreal moment with the crowd erupting. And I don't know. I think we've gotten to a point, especially now, we've kind of crafted this offense how we wanted it to be crafted. And so we think on the same page a lot. I think that really helps us too. Yeah,
I was thinking back to the Fort Worth Christian game, that the throwback to you, that call, that was a huge call.
Huge call.
You guys executed it well. What do you think about that? I mean, just for reference, we needed to get in the end zone again. I think it was like 4th and a long
It
way.
was 4th and 20.
4th and 20, and pretty much the last play of the half, right?
Yeah,
and,
it was.
Just, kind of drew up, I'm sure it's something you guys have worked on, but, you throwing it and then them throwing it back to you, and then you galloping down the sideline, breaking a couple tackles and getting in the zone. How'd that feel? I mean, I just know that was an awesome play. I talked to both of y'all after the game, and you're like, you gave him the credit for the call. He gave you the credit for getting in the end zone. So talk about that just a second, that play.
Man, me and my dad, we still talk about that play. I mean, it's crazy. We were like, I don't know another play that would get in on 4th and 20.
Yeah.
Like that. He was thinking, like they were dropping 8, And
Yeah.
so I don't know. It was a crazy play call, and we practice that every week. We've had that for a few years now, and oh man, to execute it perfectly, the line to release and fit up how it fit up, it was so awesome, especially in a big rivalry game like Fort Worth Christian for that to work. So
yeah, and I think it really changed the dynamic of the game. It was a great play call. Obviously, Coach Morgan is a great man. I'm sure he's been a great dad. I'm just so happy for you. You get to have those moments with him. Not everybody does, and I'm sure that's something you're going to carry with you a long time. And hopefully one day down the road when you have some little Averys, you'll get a chance to do it too. Talk about that just a little bit, thinking about your life outside of Midland Christian, your life outside of football. Tell us something like, man, if I could just do this is what I like to hang and do, like some hobbies.
I mean, not surprisingly, it's something competitive. I've recently got into golf.
Okay, I thought you were going to say pickleball.
Well, pickleball's up there. I've gone on my little trends, No, pickleball's really fun, especially it's another way I can play with my friends, girls or guys, And then golf, I've ever since I was little, my parents kind of made me play golf because it's just one of those sports that you can play for your whole life. Mm-hmm. And I love it so much that I'm going to play after this. After football, I'm going to go and play for Midland Christian golf team.
Okay, that's awesome.
It is. I'm so excited, especially with the new coach Wittenbach.
Yeah.
I've had a few interactions with him, and he's a great guy.
Yeah. What about, man, you're only a few months away from graduation. It's crazy to think about.
Super surreal.
You've been a great part of the school ever since I've been here, just what you bring, not only on the field, not only competing in those situations, just as school, your leadership and who you are. What's your plans after school? What are you going to do when you grow up? What would you like to do? What do you think is in the cards for you?
My goal is to really just fulfill the calling the Lord has for me, and I think that right now is leaning towards TCU.
Okay.
Coach Thompson convinced me. I think I'm going to go be a Horned Frog. It's kind of looks like how it's playing out. Go into the business, most likely finance.
Okay.
And then just kind of see where that takes me in Fort Worth.
Yeah, come on. Make a lot of money.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
All right, before we wrap up, let's just talk a little bit about this week. Obviously, we know pretty much our destiny. We know we've got that Saturday afternoon playoff game waiting for us. I'm sure Coach and your dad and everybody else is saying, hey, we can't think about that. We've got to think about and take care of business this week. We got Lubbock Trinity coming in, and this is an opportunity for us to welcome them to our district.
That's right.
And we want to welcome them. We want to be friendly, but we want them to let them know who runs things.
That's right.
So how are you feeling about the game overall? And then what are the things it's going to take from you? You think your leadership on and off the field to get the W?
It's going to be a super emotional game. It's senior night. It's going to be my last one under the lights at Gordon Autry ever.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super emotional, but I'm just glad I get to play with all my seniors, like, Boston, Case, Noah, Cash, Eastwood, all those guys like I've grown up playing with since 7th grade here. And so it's going to be so fun. As far as game plan and kind of them, they've got a strong defense. I mean, they haven't allowed very many points in district, even though they haven't necessarily come out with wins. So we're going to execute on all cylinders, passing, not just running. The biggest thing for me, I think, is just to communicate, make sure everybody's on the same page. That way we can execute and know, and run the plays how we know we can. Yeah.
What do you think? Is this a game where there's got to be balance, run and pass, or is this a game where, man, we've got to run the football first? Or what do you think the message is for the offense this week?
I think, put them in the worst position they can be. I think they line up sometimes a little weird to things. And so it's just the thing of me and my dad being on the same page, and when they line up wrong, we're going to make them pay.
Come on. I like it. I like it a lot. And then just overall for the team, what are the things that you think, like, if you got a chance to speak to the team today, maybe you coach will give you that, but it's like, what would be the thing you say to them going into this final game, and the things you got to get right, not to look past this week and to take care of business?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the biggest things, it's all about us. You know, we can't play down to anybody's standard. We have to play to our standard. We're playing for December. We're not playing for right now or next week even. Yeah. You know, and so I think we got to clean up some things on special teams. We got to execute all around, not just one side of the ball. I feel like that's kind of been a pattern. Like, you know, either defense does really good and offense is slacking, or vice versa, you know. And so just being on the same page all around, all about us playing till the echo of the whistle is another thing, and then trusting each other to do our jobs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to a big night, 7 p.m. kickoff, Gordon Autry, the last one for you guys. That just hit me when you said that, because that playoff game's scheduled as an afternoon game. So last one under the lights. Right. It's going to mean a lot to those seniors that have so much invested in this program, and we're just looking to have fun.
Yes, sir.
So thank you so much for being here. It's been an awesome time. Thank you for giving us this space to get to know you a little better, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man.